Friday, just so everyone knows. Okay, we're live. It's me. I'm here. Hello. This camera's massive. So, this week we don't have a guest, but thankfully Daniel's in the office today, so we're just gonna have like a root or toot around, and do what the Wednesday stream used to be, but this time it's on Friday, just to keep you guessing. It's Friday then, and then it's Friday then. I've got like 1 million PowerPoints open on my computers. As you can tell, this it's been absolute chaos today. So if you just bear with us a second, Daniel is forwarding me some stuff that we're going to show on screen as well. So hopefully you guys are all loving life and doing well on your Friday afternoon. And yeah, we're running with an excellent connection.
I forwarded you Lee's pictures.
Okay. Have you sent them on Gmail?
I just sent them on I can send them on Gmail.
What did you send them on?
Just the regular guy.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, so we're going to have a little run through. We've got a few updates. We've just had a staff meeting as well. So we have some updates that are hot off the presses in terms of Media Savvy. One of them pertains to Diego's, as in the I was going to say cafe, but that's not what I meant.
And I sent you
the
Charlotte's as well.
Coffee shop / bar that you guys might have seen the post that went up on Facebook. I will go onto the Facebook page now and I'll explain a little bit more about that. I need to read the brief though, because if I don't do it, I'll butcher it, because I have a habit of butchering stuff. So if I share the screen here, you'll see the awful YouTube dashboard on the left hand side, but what you'll also see is, if I click on the image, that's who was supported by Community Fund, Social Enterprise and Unlimited. And there is the sketch that Ella did for the building front that is going to become Diego's, hopefully sometime soon. It's definitely happening, but the time scale we're not sure of yet. But let's have a little look at the post. So huge thank you to the Social Enterprise Support Fund, National Community Fund, distributed by Unlimited, for the funding we've received. So the generous grant will help support core salaries and overheads for the 6-month project, freeing up reserves to commit to Diego's, a project that we've been passionately developing for the past 2 years, which is finally moving towards a reality. So that little that pot of funding is now mean that Diego's can start going ahead. So for anyone who doesn't know, or anyone who's been to the building, this is the proposed plans for what it'll be looking like once we get it sorted. Like a bar area and coffee shop style thing. I know Dan's meticulously poring over the plans at the minute, to try and get like all the different space sorted out. So watch the space. Basically, we'll be posting an update on that quite often, I'd imagine, over the next month or so when things start happening.
So yeah, obviously that's massive news, guys, for getting approved for.
This is Daniel's here also, in person.
I'm Daniel. So yeah, guys, obviously they're just saying that's massive news. Obviously, it was getting approved for funding. For Diego's, obviously we got the planning approved as well quite recently.
Yeah.
So that's just great news, and we're able to start kind of finally pushing on with this and moving forward. And hopefully next year, I think that it should be getting up and running. Obviously, we're just going to take it like step by step, I guess, but it should be good.
That's the aim.
For anyone who doesn't really know like what Diego's is, obviously it's just like our idea to have like a cafe, but obviously let our we're going to be able to kind of give a lot of our learners like a pathway to employment, basically, as well, just to kind of be able to kind of let them come and work at the cafe too. And I think it's a good kind of stepping stone, because you can go from the course and then you can kind of maybe help out in the cafe as well after the course or something like that. And I think it could be a really cool thing, and it could just be a cool space as well for us to kind of hang out and like brainstorm or whatever if we're doing any courses or anything like that. So I just think overall it's going to be awesome. And it's a really cool time. It's a really cool chance to be able to maybe have like some good coffee and be able to do like a like teach out a course or whatever as well. So
plus the like volunteering opportunities and stuff that it opens up as well.
Well, yeah, like ultimately as well, like if people have like large gaps in employment, we know how much of a pain that can be for people. So if there's something which is like a gateway in between that, or like a pathway, I think that's gonna, Diego's gonna help bridge that gap ultimately, because we want to be able to give a lot of people opportunities that might not have had the chance otherwise. So there you go. Mario's out today. Is that the 3D one, Gary?
I will be having a look at that.
So yeah,
I'll get that up in another tab when we've stopped talking about the media savvy stuff.
So yeah,
I will have a look at that.
That's
So
definitely something we can look into.
On the subject of media savvy, just to run over that as well, it is the 10-year anniversary of media savvy coming up as well. So we're going to have a bunch of content coming your way starting on the 22nd, which is Tuesday. I'm not going to spoil it and say what it is, but we've got a bunch of different and cool ideas. I'm trying to encapsulate the last 10 years. So yeah, look forward to that. It's going to be a month long, I think.
Yeah, so we've got all kinds of stuff lined up for that, and it's going to be a lot of kind of stuff just drawing back on the last 10 years in terms of achievements in kind of just major events that have happened,
and looking at all the different stuff, the volunteers, the learners, obviously you guys, and how we've sort of come to be, really.
Yeah, and we're planning to actually post on social kind of every day for that month, so there's going to be so much content. So if you do enjoy watching our content on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter even, we're trying to do content every day, at least on most of our platforms. So you've definitely got that to look forward to as well. So it should be really good. I'm sure there's plenty of content we've got there.
Yeah. And one last thing from us is that we've got I've spilled my water on the desk. That's one thing. We've got is it the last session of the digital skills courses? Communication, the last set of this run. So there's been all the ones every Tuesday. I think Tuesday coming is the communication one, and it's the last one. Yeah. It's all about Zoom, WhatsApp, FaceTime rooms, and then obviously how to use them safely and how to check your security settings and how to set them up on a mobile, and what you might already know how to use them quite well. What it might be good for is if you're trying to show someone how to use them, especially now that we're sort of creeping into a new quote-unquote lockdown locally. Might be good that you'd be able to help someone else get themselves set up so they can do stuff online as well. If anyone wants to get involved with that, just give me a shout and I'll get the link over to you before Tuesday morning. So 10 o'clock till 12 is the stream as well. If you give me a shout on that, it would be much appreciated, and I can get the link to you guys. You've sent me some photos as well, right?
Yes.
From the photography course, so I will try and try and load those. Oh god, I'm getting all sorts of email notifications now as well.
That's my name.
That's it, I said to you earlier, I wonder what he's up to these days.
Yeah.
MC Smalley. Shout out MC Smalley. So we'll have a quick little look. So this is from your photography course, right?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
That was the first one you opened.
Had to open that one. Nice. It's still a good shot.
It's a good shot, right?
Yeah.
So these are from Lee Tang. Took some really nice pictures.
One of them says pisser on it.
And one of them
There's no getting away from it now. I might as well say it out loud because we've seen it.
I showed it in my actual class.
So that's what it's. That's graffiti. Do you know what that's art?
Do you know what it is? He said.
Is the word pisser a swear word? I don't know if it is.
Nah, it's barely, is it? Well, he said it's social commentary though, right? It's like social
it is.
realism. So.
That man, we'll do it. We'll show it again.
Yeah,
I'll do it again.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. So it has a nice host of There's the jolly old couple just chilling. Again, very well framed, very well taken. The only way that could be better is if there was a massive dog turd in the background. That would be like a social commentary right there. But no, these are really cool and quite well edited by the looks of it as well.
Yeah, he's put vignettes in and stuff like that, so he knows what he's doing, definitely.
These are just a handful of ones that we had as well, by the way, guys. These are just ones Daniel had on his computer.
Yeah, this is not not to leave anybody out, because obviously everyone who sent me their pictures, I think they all look great. But this is literally the first ones to rack hand.
Yeah.
But everyone else's who was on the course was amazing
as well. These are some of Charlotte's
as well. These are some of Charlotte's, yeah. The good thing about a lot of Charlotte's photography that I really like is she does quite abstract photography, and it's usually very creative. And obviously, you know, Charlotte. I'm sure many of you met Charlotte, or you've seen her in the chat as well. You know, she's quite artistic. She does a lot of digital drawing, and she gets quite creative photography. So it's something that I quite like because it's a little bit different as well. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I some of these again very well edited, very well taken. Like I look at it and it's one of them. A couple of them are the photos where I've got to look at it for a while to work out what it is, but that's good because
exactly.
you've edited it. Like so that one, not too sure what it is, but you know once it's quite clear that you spent quite a bit of time.
The cool thing as well about this spot, Charlotte,
and that one as well. So the edit you can see the before
exactly.
and the after as well.
So Charlotte, which I think is great as well because it gives us a chance to show the difference to like the learners and stuff also. So like. Charlotte included the edited and the unedited ones for a lot of these, so you can actually see. Yeah,
it's the same again. So
before, you can see the difference. You can see how how much editing can actually affect an image, how you can change an image and enhance an image just based off editing alone.
Yeah.
So I think that that was great that she included both versions because I think it helps really illustrate the difference. I think that one there you've got with the claw. You've got two totally different.
Oh, is that what it is? Is it like a crab
It's
claw?
like a crab claw, yeah.
Nice. They don't grow back.
The claw.
That claw. Yeah, they don't grow back for them. Once they lose their claw, that's it. But yeah, some of these are like what we would use as textures in like the image assets as well. There's a few of these as well, which are the same.
That one I like there, right? Because you see there, it's almost like a gradient.
Yeah.
Like in, at the top, it's like a block color almost, and then it kind of goes down into the sea. So,
yeah.
I think that one's pretty cool.
The only criticism is there's no ones that have any swearing on them, Charlotte. So next time, if you could get one with the word like pisser or something equivalent on, that would be. Then you're laughing. You really are laughing then.
But yeah, I think
no, really good. And that's just like I say, that's just a handful of the ones that I've seen. I imagine the full course there was some good shots.
Props to Lee as well though, because he actually he had such an interest that he actually went out and bought a camera.
Okay, nice.
He bought a Canon 2000D, I think it might.
Oh, so it's a DSLR as well.
Yeah, he got an actual DSLR.
Mint.
So good job for Lee because that's obviously like part of the kind of. One of the things that I kept stressing in the course is that you can take a good picture even on a smartphone, but obviously if you do go out and get a DSLR when you're ready to, or even just a solid camera, it's definitely going to kind of boost you. It's going to boost the quality of your photography. So that's just it. It's like it's only going to make your photography better, really. Guys, also if you're wanting the kind of the photography course is over now. It's just come to the end. That was the last course, or that was the last session on Thursday. But I know that everyone who attended the course was singing the praises and loved it. And basically, hopefully we'll be able to get. Well, I will. Inevitably we will get a chance to do something similar in the near future. And also, if you missed out on it, don't worry, because just drop me a line on the email. Daniel@mediasavvycic.co.
And the videos are there, right?
And all the videos are there, so you can just watch it back anytime. And obviously, I'll be on hand to give you some support as well if you just drop me an email.
And you're on about doing maybe like once we can, like a face-to-face, have a go on the kit that we've got.
That's the thing.
Softbox lights and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly, because obviously
we're upstairs now, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But fortunately, we were able to do quite a bit. Being able to go out and actually go to locations and shoot, and it was like that, which was brilliant for us. But at the same time, we would actually like to use a lot of the lights and stuff that we can't really use out and about. Yeah. So if we do, we're able to do another taster in the future, I'd like to do like a lighting workshop maybe, or like an advanced photography class where we kind of incorporate lighting a bit more. So that would be pretty sick. So hopefully we'll be able to get on that. Yeah,
no, it'd be good. It'd be very good, but obviously we're a bit. Right, don't start that. Oh, here we go. There we go with a million update. No, obviously at the minute we can't really do anything face to face. Charlotte's going to try our best to get some swear words. I did not say that when I was down there. Okay. I imagine you don't have to go very far at the likes of Roker or Shields Beach to find a swear word. Like scribbled on the side of a like seagull or something. Like they're pretty ruthless, people who do the graffiti. But it's kind of cool. If you can get like a nice artistic shot of it, like out of focus, and then do like a pull focus as like someone's walking drinking like a can of Strongbow or something. That'd be nice.
social realism.
I'm going to give you the very strategic brief that I want to see next time.
Ken Loach.
Yeah, like Ken Loach would love that.
He
like
absolutely loves that. Someone drinking
kind of kestrel.
Yeah, kind of brown ale.
Yeah.
On the street corner. You'd be
Strongbow. No, Carlsberg Special Brew is like that's bonus points if you can get a kind of special brew in there. Like we haven't. I've just realised we haven't got a camera on this screen, so you're about to get cameraed. Good.
I'm gonna miss out ugly face too much.
It's gonna come on probably massive as well
Yeah,
because like it just.
time.
Oh no, what's happened there then? There we are, man. So yeah, we're here. So yeah, if you can get like someone drinking a kind of special brew, that would be champion.
Yeah,
that's bonus points. You graduate the course immediately.
Yeah.
If you get that, it's just like an instant win.
Make sure you get telephoto lens though.
Yeah, you want to zoom right in on them, like just.
Well,
oh, you don't have to go close to them then
exactly.
either. So you smell the breath when they've had a special brew.
That's it.
So I have never drank it, but I imagine it stinks.
I tried it before and it was the worst thing ever.
It's the colour of the can that puts me off. That like
Do you want
beige.
to know what it tastes like?
It tastes like I imagine if you poured a normal beer into a carpet and then drank it through like an old carpet and then it out of the carpet.
Oh, that sounds so horrible. Like just the idea, like soggy carpet.
It's like a horrible, soggy, old,
Still,
dusty
yeah.
carpet. That's what I imagine it to taste like.
I think it tastes like literally just like a pint of beer, like
Yeah.
a lager, but with like 2 shots of vodka in it.
Okay, so
Which is-
awful.
That's absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
It's like literally like
Like, whoa, when you drink it, like,
yeah,
whoa.
literally tastes like
despair.
yeah, lager
in a
with
can.
2 shots of vodka in it.
That's awful. That's the worst description I've ever heard of a drink. I think.
Yeah.
That's like a dirty pint, pretty much.
It's almost a dirty pint.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
So I take it, Gary. This was the game you were talking about anyway. This is why this is on the screen. I've just
I
realised.
can add a bit of backstory to this as well.
Okay, go on then. We'll have a bit of backstory. Look, hang on. This came out in 2013.
Might not be
This kind of be the one.
No, if you type in Super Mario 30th Anniversary,
Okay.
then that'll come up. That's the one.
There's a concert going on apparently.
So yeah, and then that's it there.
3D
So,
All Stars.
That's it, yeah, 3D All Stars, that's the one. And basically they're re-releasing a lot of so it's the top one there, mate.
This
Yeah,
one.
that's the one, yeah. Basically they're re-releasing some of the best Mario games for Switch for the 30th anniversary, so they're re-releasing Mario 64 on Switch, they're remastering it.
Are they only doing it in this horrible low resolution? Oh, there we go. Right, okay, it's loaded now.
Mario 64, which still holds up today. Loads of people still play it. It actually still does hold up as a good platformer to like today.
Okay.
And it's from like '99 or something. And
So have they remastered it though?
I think they have, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like it.
this is just a bunch of polygons. This. Oh no, hang on. Look at that lens flare, man. Love that.
That's Mario Sunshine.
Okay.
So basically, that's a crack. It's Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
Which are all solid games. Obviously, Mario Galaxy was for GameCube. Mario Sunshine. No, sorry. Mario Sunshine was for GameCube. Mario Galaxy was for Wii. And Mario 64 was obviously for Nintendo 64. But they're doing them all as a re-release.
Must be the 35th anniversary.
For the Switch. So it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it is. 30. I'm not watching a 16-minute video on it. Like, I'll do a 4-minute one.
Yeah. So it's going to be awesome.
Prep yourself for the stream to blow up because it always does.
So.
Oh my god.
So I can definitely get it. 64.
Super Mario Brothers I had on Game Boy Advance. No, Game Boy Color, sorry. That might be causing like a massive echo. I think I'll stop playing the audio anyway, but that looks kind of cool. I'll mute it and play it in the background. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I just want to see because this must be all the ones that have on it. Well, they're going through on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually. I don't know, but I know that for the.
Oh, this is just a medley, man. I'm just playing back the. So yeah.
For that re-release thing that we just looked at, I think it was 64 Sunshine and Galaxy.
Okay.
On the Switch.
So 64 will be somewhere around here in the 90s. Where we are? Oh, yeah, Super Mario 64.
Oh
that's
my
the fella.
God, what a game, man!
No, that's cool.
How good it actually was.
Oh, Mario Kart on the 64 is still probably one of the best games ever made.
So there you go. Yeah, very true. How class that is.
You've got a Nintendo in here.
No, we're on. Gary sent us a link to he was on about the new Mario game that came out.
Yeah.
So we're just having a look. But yeah, this isn't it.
I used to love Mario for the.
I know. So
It's
good.
it's
Doing they're re-releasing a lot of stuff for like the anniversary.
so what was it called?
This one.
Yeah, Super Mario.
Are we on Staying Connected now?
Yeah,
Hi!
that's it, isn't
I
it?
didn't have like you were just having a bit chat.
No.
I totally forgot it was like 4:30.
But we didn't have a guest
Hello,
that day.
everybody.
So there's Mel. Hang on.
Is anybody in the chat?
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no, we frozen.
Why have we frozen? Excuse me.
You did a screen record, right, or like the display record?
What's happened? I don't know. Why is that one froze, but this one hasn't?
That's just what happens, isn't it, when you've got it on
Is it?
two separate things? I think so. Sometimes.
Oh no.
I got excited because I thought you were playing Nintendo. I was
Oh,
like,
no,
my
I
God,
wish.
There we
I
go.
am like the expert in
Well,
Nintendo
that's
Mario.
I'm
Yeah,
good on Mario
well.
Kart. I'm not very good on any of the. Yeah, so we've got Charlotte and
Oh.
Gary
that's
and a few others as well. So there we go. We're back. We're not frozen now. We're just like frozen before. But yeah, so
because Gary
done it
just
again.
this is out of date. Obviously Mario 64, which was originally for the Nintendo 64, they're re-releasing it with a couple of other Mario games as well.
yeah.
So it should be
But
pretty cool.
I think I'm trying to work out if they're re-releasing it as like if they've updated
It's like
the
a
graphics.
remaster. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Is there a dragon in it though?
Well,
They probably will be. Yeah.
but
That's
is
all about
Bowser a
fighting the
dragon? I don't know if Bowser's a dragon.
He looks like it, right?
That looks like a dragon in the background of that first bit.
Oh god, it's lagging my computer to death. Yeah, like.
Anyway, I think I'm really jinxed it.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
alright.
leave it.
Jeez.
Thank you for
Sorry?
popping in.
I forgot you were live. I'm just like bursting in the room. Thinking,
You're like, what's going on? You're like.
brothers, let me in on amongst it. Yeah.
That's
Bye.
silly, right?
Goodbye.
You off, right? See you later.
See you later.
Bye everyone.
Have a nice weekend.
You
Yeah,
as
have a
well.
good weekend.
Yeah, because I remember Super Mario Galaxy being like big
It
at
was
the
good.
time.
Yeah, it was great.
Mm.
I really liked it. Yeah.
But yeah, they've done a one and re-released it.
So it seems really cool. Also,
You got a Switch, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So that.
So good.
In fact, it might only be on Switch actually.
You should get one here from Dude.
I haven't got the disposable
So-
income to own a Switch.
Not like 200 quid.
I know, but like that's 200 quid that I won't. I need to buy the new Xbox now.
Oh yeah.
New Xbox comes out in like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Um,
So yeah, Super Mario, man. That's where it's at. Oops.
also, it's worth mentioning as well. New Zelda game's been announced,
Nice.
which is it's called Hyrule. Something Hyrule.
Okay,
It's
I don't know.
It's not Hyrule Hero, maybe something like that. Anyway, it's basically like a prequel to Breath of the Wild. I think it's supposed to be 100 years before Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Because part of the story in Breath of the Wild is that you've been frozen for like 100 years.
Oh, good.
Like
Hyrule
Yeah,
Warriors,
that's
Age
it,
of Calamity.
there we go. Yeah, because Calamity Ganon's like going to take over everything.
I'll take your word for it.
And they have to freeze you for 100 years because they can't fight. They can't beat him. So
Yeah.
they, like freeze you for 100 years. So afterwards you can come out and then beat him there.
Okay.
So they can like
Fair.
protect you while he's like destroying everything.
I mean that seems nice of them. Yeah.
It's
So
cool. Breath of the
like
Wild's really
that
good.
looks like it's promising. Like I say, the new Xbox is out and the new PS5's been announced. So good luck to anyone buying that because
I know.
there's about 1 million different versions of each one.
Are they actually out now? I thought
No,
they were
like
supposed
they've
to be
been announced, but like there's about
yeah.
a billion different versions, and I can almost guarantee someone's gonna have a terrible Christmas when like they open up the thing and they've been bought like the old version of the Xbox and they're gonna cry real
Well, I'd
bad.
say what else will probably happen as well. Someone's gonna get bought, like someone will buy, like someone's parents, right, will buy them like a bunch of games, and they'll buy them the digital version, so they can't use any of the games. That's definitely.
They'll buy the disc, but they'll have
Yeah,
bought
yeah.
them the Xbox without the disc tray in
That's
it,
it, yeah,
and they'll be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Well, this doesn't have anywhere to go
Yeah,
in." So
yeah.
yeah, this is so. The Xbox have made it so that loads of kids are gonna have a real bad Christmas,
Yeah. The parents won't know the difference.
which is real rude. But yeah, I can see it now.
So yeah, the one
Lots of
with,
tears on Christmas.
so the one with a disc tray is
$299,
yeah, and then the one with out the disc tray is
£500,
Yeah.
$499.
for the digital one.
But I think that the PS5 they've like knacked it because in the UK it's ended up costing like $80 more than it does in the US, and
Right.
it comes out like a month later.
What the hell?
So the UK market's been screwed over for the PS5.
But when does Xbox release? Is Xbox?
Oh, I don't know the actual date.
Okay.
I'm not sure to be
Because if
honest.
the Xbox is before, I don't totally.
I'm buying the Xbox anyway.
Yeah. You always be an Xbox guy.
Well, yeah, but the $499 one works. It's the higher spec.
Fair, yeah. I heard that like the big difference is like does PS5 have more memory or something like that?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's
60.
not been announced
PS5
yet.
not PS5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
It hasn't been announced yet, the hard drive size, I don't think.
Okay.
One thing I did see in entertainment news was that Tenet, like Christopher Nolan, like insisted on it coming out and was like, it needs to be out in the cinemas and it needs to be out now.
Yeah.
And it's completely tanked in its opening weekend.
Well, do you want to know something too? Absolutely hated it.
Yeah, you went to see it, right?
Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I spoke to a few people about it and mixed reviews all around.
Yeah.
But I personally hated it. And I think that literally the sound mixing is so bad, right? Intentionally, so you have to go and see it twice.
Yeah.
So I think they've intentionally made it hard to like understand. So you'll have to see it twice, which is just so insane.
Yeah, in a time when you don't really want to go and see it once because you don't really want to go to the cinema and be like in and around loads of people breathing your air and that.
There's like scenes which they could easily do with ADR.
Yeah.
Like and have it like talk with ADR for anyone that doesn't know, right? Is when you don't usually, like, I would say 90% of the audio you see in a film is not the audio they got on site. The actors then come into the studio after when they're editing the film, and then they read their lines back and they'll dub their lines effectively. So they'll do it in a studio separate to the actual scene, and that's how a lot of the dialogue is in a movie. You very, very rarely will have it where they've actually got it on location. So that being said, in Tenet, I'm not going to give anything away. There's a scene on a boat where they're telling super important dialogue to the movie. It's an essential part of the plot, and they're like wakeboarding and they're like shouting over each other, and you can't hear a word they say.
Like,
wait, what the hell's the point of this?
Like Dom Jolly.
Yeah, it's just stupid, and it's like literally, it's like, what's the point? It's like, it's complicated enough as it is that you don't need like them making it even more difficult to understand. And also, like, my last point on it as well, I said to hear from, right, there's a bit where Robert Pattinson's character is like, oh yeah, I've got a master's in physics, and it's like, you knew as soon as he said that the whole film,
and just scientific words,
he's just going to espouse all of this nonsense, and it's justified because he's got a master's in physics. It's so dumb.
Yeah,
I did not like it at all.
So it earned less than 30 million in the US, which is an absolute disaster, really.
Yeah.
I do sort of want to go and see it, but I just think the whole like cinema going experience is a little bit dead at the minute, because it's like, do you want to risk it, and is it going to be? I think it'll be one or two ways. Either it'll be overcrowded or it'll be completely dead.
Well, when I went to see it, dude, there was literally nobody there.
Yeah.
We were like, there was like maybe 4 other people in the whole cinema.
Yeah.
In the like, so there was like, it was probably more socially distant than if you were at a bar or if you were at a restaurant.
Well, I think they're in big trouble.
So.
The like actual cinemas, even the chains, like,
yeah,
they can probably absorb the cost for a little while, but if people aren't going in, they don't make a lot of money anyway.
Yeah. Like,
it's not like they have a massive profit margin. Like,
no, you're right.
They're gonna struggle regardless. So I don't know where it's gonna be in a couple of months. Like, there's not a lot of films are slated to come out either, really.
No. They're gonna have to start trying to show like cult films and stuff like that, like stuff that's gonna have like an inbuilt audience.
Yeah, I know that obviously in the States they were messing around with like outdoor cinemas.
They were doing drive-in cinemas, right?
Did you see the ones they were doing in this country?
No.
Oh man, hang on.
Man, we don't really have that. We've never really had that culture, so I don't think that it would really work in the UK.
I'll try and find the picture. It was an absolute joke. Like, it was a shambles. A terrifying, immersive, blah blah blah. I mean, I seen it on Facebook, and basically it was like a projector on the side of like a car park, and it was just absolutely horrendous. Like, it was really bad. Yeah, because I think it's probably going to be the way forward, but even then, it's still not really the same as going and sitting in the cinema with the sound system and stuff, and
yeah,
the way the lights are, and it's just it's going to be a tough one, I think, for the movie industry. Like,
I mean, it's sad as well because I love going to the movies, and it's like, it's
a
massive, you know, it's been a huge part of my life since I was a kid now. Like, so I love supporting, you know, good movies in cinemas and stuff like that. So it's like, it's a shame, but I mean, obviously, what can you do? It's like, it's like
at the moment
when you literally sat next to like a stranger.
Yeah.
It's like, there's nothing you can do really. You can't. It's kind of hard to be socially distant, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's
to be fair though,
you look at that. You look down the list. Like, there's Bill and Ted.
I want to go and see that.
I don't know if that's going to be in cinemas now.
It is. So it's
okay.
shown now.
Okay.
I almost went to go and see it, but I saw Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
The first one they shown that instead. So I had both of them playing, but I decided to go and see that one.
Nice.
But I mean, yeah, obviously.
But like, there's not a lot coming out that is notable. Like all the big movies have pushed themselves to basically next year because they're like, well,
what's your call's coming out? The new Bond.
So that's actually going to be released now, is it?
I believe so. I don't know. If
what's it called again?
To Live Is to Die, I think.
Oh God, I'm just going to Google Bond 2020 because I can't. No Time to Die. What did you say?
To Live Is to Die.
To Live to Die. 10, 12. Yeah.
12th of November. That's the 2.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I might go. It's just a little bit off-putting at the minute. But like I say, I think well, Charlotte raises a good point as well. The tickets are far too expensive.
Yeah.
Did you not hear about that thing that they had in America called Movie Pass?
Well, the Tyneside, right? If you're on unemployment benefits, if you can show that, if you can evidence that to Tyneside Cinema, you can get £1 movie tickets.
Yeah.
So definitely, obviously, it's not open at the moment, but because obviously, I think Tyneside Cinema is a CIC.
Oh, I don't know. I think it might be because they do a bunch of arts-based stuff as well.
Pretty sure it's a CIC. So if I totally hear what you're saying, Charlotte, but if you're on JSA or anything like that, if you can kind of evidence that when you go to next time you go to Tyneside, let them know, and you can actually get movie tickets for £1.
I don't think it is a CIC, you know.
Really good. It might be a charity.
Yeah, it just says it's an independent cinema, but they might just have like a.
There's definitely like a charity aspect.
Yeah, probably.
They do a lot of crowdfunding all the time, and I know that they definitely do cheap tickets for the elderly and for unemployed people as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're
as a charity, we rely. Yeah, they are. They're a charity.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So, but basically, there was this thing in America that was called Movie Pass, and what they would do, you pay a subscription, and then you'd get like access to so many films, but it completely fell apart because
like
they couldn't buy enough tickets.
It's like the gym pass thing that I got.
Yeah, it is. It was basically what it was.
Yeah.
It just turned into a big scam where you'd pay like $20 a month and you wouldn't really get anything back for it. Your unlimited cards are all right, but obviously then you're limited to certain cinemas.
Yeah, true.
And at the moment, to be honest, it's probably the best time to go to the cinema because everyone else is too scared. So you probably you probably will get away with it because there'll be like 6 other people there.
Well, like I said, I've been twice, and honestly, like I've been obviously with a couple of restaurants and stuff now, and like it was much worse at the restaurants than it was at the cinema.
Oh yeah, so bars are packed. Like, some of them like still like within the rules, but they're like they're about a capacity.
Because I feel like everyone has that idea where it's like, I don't want to go to the cinema, it's going to be crowded and like too many people, but there's just nobody there.
Yeah.
Like, literally 2 times I've been, there's been no one. On the aisle that I've been on, we've been the only people. So there's been no one.
I reckon they're taking a massive hit, to be honest.
Undoubtedly are. Definitely are.
There's like no way they won't.
They need to do something to incentivize it. Like they need to show like art films, cult films. I know that's what the role of an independent cinema is, but
Tyneside are pretty good. They do screenings of stuff all the time.
All the time,
there's always something on at Tyneside Cinema. Like,
are they open yet? I don't know.
I don't know. That's what I was just looking at.
Yeah, there's no films or events on. I don't think at the moment.
Yeah, they might not be back open yet.
Yeah,
they've got nothing scheduled at the minute.
Thanks for the tip. I'll let you know.
Yeah, so they're not open at the minute. But when they are back open, I imagine that they'll be trying to do things as socially distanced as possible. I can't imagine it being in the next 2 weeks, given that what got announced yesterday.
So yes, that's what Charlotte's saying. I don't know if that's drama at Newcastle on the merit row, especially the way things are going. So yeah, because obviously we'll just be in lockdown, so that's a bit of an issue.
Black Widow's coming out. Gary
I know. Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't massively impressed with the trailer.
Well, I'm not going to spoil anything what happens overall, but the way the Marvel Cinematic Universe is played out, I'm not really interested in that film now.
Yeah.
Because of the way it's played out. That's all I'll say to anyone who hasn't seen it. I don't want to ruin anything, but
I can relate to that.
I'm not particularly fussed.
I think that I haven't seen it yet, but I heard the last Spider-Man was okay, and that's like.
I watched it. Yeah, that was like, do you know what it is? Again, not to spoil it. The plot's really good.
Yeah.
The plot is really actually spot on. The movie itself and the way it's executed, so. But the writing, the way it's written,
yeah,
really good.
The first one was good.
It's its own film. It's its own independent film as well. You could watch that Spider-Man movie having no idea what's going on in any of the other comic book films.
Has a little cameo as well, doesn't it, potentially?
Yes, it does.
Sister say no more.
Yes. What I will be interested to see is what they do with Black Panther.
Yeah.
Now,
that would be interesting.
because I don't know if they've actually come to a decision with the second one.
Alright.
I imagine they had some stuff filmed.
Right.
Agreed on how to. Apparently, they've already agreed, but I assume this is all speculation at this point. But I bet. I'll tell you what, let's have a little look. Small screen. They must have a plan, or they must be thinking of a plan at the minute.
Just want to point out something that just while this is loading, that's something interesting that Gary said, where he said that he said that all games are £60 on for the new consoles, but that wasn't the thing. He says 10th of November for Xbox, and he says, oh yeah, the PS5 has a faster SSD,
but that's it.
Other than that, Xbox is better in every way.
Okay.
So that is quite interesting. The only thing that we didn't mention out of those two things though is the game licensing. So obviously, usually or traditionally,
PlayStation get the good exclusives.
PlayStation usually gets slightly better exclusives than Xbox. But then again, Xbox does obviously have its own pretty cool exclusives like Halo and stuff like that, and Gears of War, I think, is also Xbox, which are pretty good.
Every now and then Microsoft do one that's good. So Charlotte's asking if Rob Sessions on Monday, and I don't know. I'm going to go and ask Dan now.
I literally have.
I couldn't tell you.
I've got no idea.
There's what's happening with Black Panther though.
So yeah, can you guys see that there on the screen? So basically it's saying that, whoa, okay, so this seems pretty intense. So it's saying that they're going to have the character die off screen, and that they're going to have a funeral for the character, and then the character's sister is going to take up the Black Panther mantle. So she'll take over as the Black Panther, and they were saying that seems like the most logical, most honourable thing to do. And that person has also been the Black Panther in the comics, so it seems like the right way to go for the movie. And then so pretty interesting idea there. I mean, I'd imagine that'll probably work. And I think that'll be quite cool. To be honest, I still haven't had a chance to see the first one, but
no,
it's
don't
on my
know.
list.
Don't know. We'll find out, Charlotte, and I'll get Robbie to get in touch with you. Dan's not. I don't know where Dan is, so I didn't get an answer. So yeah, we'll find out about Monday and let you know. Did you say you haven't seen the first one?
No. So what's
good?
The crack is as well with the second one. Basically, they're gonna get the character to die off screen.
Yeah.
They're gonna do a funeral for him.
And his sister.
And his sister's gonna take over. So
seems fair enough.
Definitely.
I imagine that's gonna trigger a bunch of people.
Oh, probably.
Black Panther's not a woman. I can almost hear them on Twitter just going at it. So that's
The Last of Us, didn't it?
It happened with that. It happened with people kicked off about Captain Marvel. People kicked off about Ghostbusters. Doctor Who. Everyone was real mad about Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Is Doctor Who a woman now? I don't watch Doctor Who, so I don't care. But
Bond as well. When people were going to give it to Idris Elba, they were like,
can't be. Bond is white. Like what?
So I know.
Oh yeah, so Doctor Who is now a woman.
Yeah.
But not really, because it's actually an alien, so it doesn't really matter.
True.
Like
exactly.
What form you have. Don't care.
Gelatinous blob.
And Doctor Who's kind of bad.
I
don't want to say it out.
Do you know what it is? It's got like a really cult following, but I've never had an interest in it.
Stay
To be honest.
connected won't, not stay connected.
Rob's Monday session.
Won't be on
No.
Okay.
for 2 weeks because everybody will be outside their social bubble. So.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you guys if you guys didn't catch that, thanks, Mel.
Message Rob now and tell him to contact everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Spot on.
Perfect. Thanks, Mel.
Sound. So Monday session for anyone who was attending will not be on for at least 2 weeks. While we sort of. Well, while the local authority and the government and that sort of figure out what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Rob will be in touch with you guys as well, just to confirm for anyone who isn't in the stream. Also, so don't turn up on Monday because he won't be allowed to let you in the building.
Yeah.
Because you will technically be outside of your social bubble, which is what they're saying. However you feel about that, it is the crack at the moment.
Yeah.
So we'll err on the side of caution and postpone it for a couple of weeks. That'll be fine. So yeah, Doctor Who's a woman now as well. Didn't know. Don't care. It makes no difference to me.
The thing is,
the one true Doctor is David Tennant because that's the only one I ever watched. So
all of these like kind of complaints and stuff about, you know, if someone's a woman or if they're like whoever's like someone's replacing a certain role. The only thing that matters really is if they're good, you know. So
it doesn't bother me.
That's all
I
that
think
matters.
the one thing that is a bit annoying that like the Hollywood movies do is like remaking Ghostbusters with an all-female cast to prove a point is really stupid. Like, why not just make a new story?
Well, the thing is,
Ghostbusters was what it was, and it was made when it was made. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to do a direct like comparison of, oh well, what if it was women? Like, just
Yeah.
if you're gonna do something with an all-female cast,
make it a good movie.
make it something new. Don't make it a rehash of something that was good then.
That's the thing, yeah, exactly right. Like,
It's just lazy. That's what that is. Like, it's just
if they're all females, doesn't make a difference. But if it needs to be a good movie, and it was
Yeah.
a really, really bad.
no, it was
movie.
bad. But it was
all
bad.
the
But
way.
it was going to be bad anyway. Even if they'd got Bill Murray back in and remade it completely, it still would have been bad. Like, it wasn't going to be good.
I saw that like they did try and make it like. As much as I don't like, I think that it's, you know, the fact that they had an all-female cast is completely fine. But I think at the same time, it's like when they had like Chris Hemsworth character, he was so dumb.
Well, that was the point, though.
Yeah,
It was
I
like
know,
it
but
was going to make this film to deliberately reverse the stereotypes, but it was like
so on the nose.
it was so like
it
it
felt
was so
broad.
badly done
Yeah,
that it was obvious what had happened. But someone somewhere was like really patting themselves on the back, like, I've done a real good job here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even think they should have remade, like, they should have done a completely different, like, it should have been, okay, we'll base it in this universe or whatever, and we'll make it a different story with different characters, but they just tried to replace each character from the old one.
I know.
Like, so, okay,
But just
that was
reverse
him,
roles.
but now this is now a woman version of this character,
Yeah.
which was just really poor
And
on
you
their
put
part.
yourself in a really awkward place there because you're not pleasing the old fans, but then you're not enticing the
No,
new
no.
audience either.
It's
So
not a new.
like-
It's nothing new. You're just rehashing the old guy. But it's the same with them all. Like, it's when they, like, they'll recast an actor, to better, like, it's not like you're doing it to better portray the character. Like, you're just doing it for the sake of it to tick a box, which is arguably worse
Yeah.
than leaving them out of it.
Definitely.
Like, if you're gonna put someone in a role because they suit it based on their ethnicity or their gender or, you know, their sexuality or whatever it is, at least do the justice to the character then.
Definitely.
Don't just make them a woman, for example, for the sake of it.
No, I mean,
Like,
yeah, we're all, yeah.
I'd argue that you're putting women getting roles further back by doing that, because then all they'll ever do is they'll point out, well, that Ghostbusters movie was terrible.
Because you cast them in a bad movie.
Well, yeah,
so, like,
so you've put them in a bad film and you've put their career back probably 5 or 10 years. Like, you've done them more harm than good.
yeah, for sure.
And it's the same with anything. Like, it's like, you know, that's why I think Black Panther did so well, because it was like a fairly solid action movie, but it was a mainly black cast as well.
Because that's the
And
thing.
it was like
it's
more of a cultural symbol than it was, you know, like this great savior movie. And I think a lot of people know that it's not like indicative of black culture or whatever, but it's the way the project was made with all that input and influence as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's funny. I feel well, go on.
I feel like as well, like, so for example, like for me, if you're gonna remake something, there needs to
Don't.
yeah, it needs to go like two different ways. You need to kind of totally revamp it and then just reboot it.
Yeah.
Or you need to be able to kind of actually understand the source material at least. Like, there's certain people when they remake films and they don't even watch the original film.
Or they've watched it, but it's not in the same context.
No.
So, for example, you wouldn't be able to remake Alien 3.
No.
Right? Because, like, there's no way... The Alien 3 was only a movie because Sigourney Weaver was like, I'll do another film, but I'm not doing one with guns because I'm against guns. That was the context of why they didn't have any weapons in that movie.
That's such a buzzkill.
So, I know.
It's like so lit.
It's a bit...
Dude.
But if you try to do it again now, it wouldn't be in the same context of that era of American culture where it's like all, you know, post-Vietnam, and you kind of get that spark back from the time it was created. Like, Top Gun's a complete mess, really, when you look at it. It's like American propaganda, right? But you would never be able to create that again in this day and age because of the time it was created in. Like, it was
directed by Tony Scott, I think.
Oh, was it?
From Shield.
Really? So Ridley Scott's brother?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah?
I'm double checking. I think it's directed by Tony Scott from South Shields.
Tony Scott of South Shields fame.
I might be wrong here. We'll soon find out.
Top Gun, yeah.
There we go.
I don't know if he was director, but he's definitely involved.
He was definitely involved. He might have wrote it or directed it, but he was definitely involved.
I mean, to be honest, Daniel, I could have wrote that film.
No.
There's a bit where he gives the middle finger to a Russian pilot. Like, I could have come up with that.
The bit where they're
come on now,
playing volleyball on the beach.
Oh,
and literally
God.
just soaked in like baby.
Oh God,
It's
the most homoerotic thing I've ever seen on in a movie.
So over the top.
It's just awful. What's because it's not Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone. It's
it is, man, isn't it?
that's the main theme, but it's
yeah.
not that bit that's playing there. I can't remember what it is.
It's the most if you ever want to put a film that like kind of sums up like 80s cheese,
Yeah,
that's the one to watch. It's unreal for that.
I was going to say he didn't direct Man on Fire. He set to direct it.
But it depends, man. Like, and it's important to know the difference between like a remake of a film and a reboot of a franchise.
Yeah.
So if you look at something like for Mad Max, for example,
Yeah.
the newest Mad Max was unreal,
I can't think of any
but it's totally different.
remakes off the top of my head. They did Psycho with Vince Vaughn,
But that was like an art project.
but it was a shot-for-shot
Yeah,
remake. Like
it
they analysed
was
every shot that was in the original and they
Yeah.
put it in the new one.
I'll tell you a remake. A remake was the new Total Recall, which totally flopped.
Yeah,
They-
but
they
was
remade
it
that
a
film.
remake because it was different?
It wasn't an exact remake, but it was.
Because they didn't go to Mars on that one.
But
It was
it was the same plot and premise,
Okay.
though, right? Whereas with something like Mad Max, it's a reboot because it's a totally different story.
okay.
So it's like
I can see. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like there
Total
was,
Recall was horrendous.
I know.
It's probably one of the worst films. The new one,
Yeah,
the new.
yeah.
It's probably one of the worst movies I've ever
and the
watched.
old one is
Yeah.
so good.
But Dread
Mm-hmm.
was a reboot,
Yeah,
that
I would
was
say
an
that's a
entirely
reboot.
different story.
Totally different film and different
Yeah.
story. That is a reboot, yeah, definitely.
and that was really good. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed Dread.
So yeah, that's a reboot, definitely.
Yeah. I think it's just an easy cash grab for them. Disney, I think Charlotte mentioned it a few times on the Wednesday ones. Like Disney just take all their animated films and just make them live action now, and it's like just an easy cash grab for them.
Yeah,
Like they can just
definitely.
easily, they know they've got the audience and they know they've got all the rights and all the music and all the characters are all set up and ready to go. Like
Yeah.
it's just easy.
No, yeah, it is. It is. So yeah, it's
Yeah. So the remakes nobody asked for, just to try and play with the people's nostalgia. Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
But they do that with games, like they'll keep re-release. Like I mean, we talked about it earlier. Nintendo will just and Call of Duty do it. They just keep remastering them.
Well,
GTA's come out on about 7 platforms. Skyrim,
Yeah.
like it's just they keep
But
bringing
it's
it out
like-
because they know people will keep buying it. Like
not to like change topic, but like the thing that annoys me about GTA is it's like it was like a GTA game every year, which
I've-
was so groundbreaking, and then for 10 years, like just expansion packs to
I've
the same GTA.
bought GTA on 3 separate platforms. I got it on Xbox 360. I got it on Xbox One.
GTA 5.
And I've got it on PC as well.
Yeah.
I've got it on 3 platforms.
But it's like it was a great game, but it's like they could
Yeah.
have made a new one easily in that time.
it's that yeah.
Did you ever play like Liberty City Stories or anything?
I didn't
PSP?
know because they had like the Ballad of Gay Tony as well.
Yeah,
That was one of the other expansions, but I
the
never bought them.
PSP as well, like the
Yeah.
actual PSP games.
Mm.
I had one of them. I had a PSP and I had one of them for that.
It's like that's the way gaming's gonna go. They're gonna stop releasing games every year and bring one out, and it's gonna be like updated for like 10
Just the
years.
expansion packs all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've lost my trail of thought now. I had another good point that what we were talking about.
Reboots, remakes. Oh no, we're
oh.
frozen. There's Mel. Mel's just back.
So I got shocked. I was like,
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, so we're talking about reboots and remakes and how the remakes that nobody wants. Trying to think, man, what else were we talking about? And you mentioned something that put me on that before we started talking about
I
GTA.
said Total Recall's awful, and I also said Vince Vaughn was in Psycho,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen that to be honest, but apparently it's just terrible.
Oh yes, that's what I was gonna say as well. I'm glad I remembered actually. Well, in terms of sequels as well.
But they're all the worst.
Yeah, well, the funniest thing about sequels though,
Disagree.
is what reminds me of that South Park episode, Remember Berries?
Oh yeah.
Because that's
Ooh,
like
remember
yeah.
remember Star
And
Wars?
I think that like kind of sums up sequels the best. Where I can't remember what one of the Berries says, but it's about how it's like trying to put new stuff in, but also capture the nostalgia that like
Yeah.
you know, kind of.
See, I have this disagreement a lot with people in that I'll give you 2 prime examples that it's Star Wars, the original Star Wars trilogy. The second and third one are far superior to the first one. Because A New Hope is a pile of garbage, and I won't have anyone tell me otherwise. It's the most
best-
boring adventure
used to-
movie
I
I've
used
ever
to
seen.
think that I thought New Hope was the best, but
No.
Empire's the best.
Anything, either
I
of them
think
are
Empire's
better
the
than
best.
the first one is the
Yeah.
most boring, flat film you'll ever watch. For an adventure film,
Yeah,
it's so boring. Like, nothing happens, and he moans the entire time.
definitely not.
And it's like, who cares about this whiny, like, little prick, basically. It's not a thing.
Does Obi-Wan die in? It's not a spoiler.
Spoiler for a movie that came out in 1970,
1970.
1976 or whatever it was.
So
He dies in the second one, I think.
Okay.
I
thought
think.
it was in New Hope for some reason.
I believe, if I remember. Oh, maybe towards the end, actually.
Does Han
Alec
Solo get
Guinness.
kidnapped on Empire, or is that?
He gets cast in Carbonite in
On
the second
Empire.
one. Yeah.
Oh, so that's
Yeah.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back's the second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi is the last one, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Empire's the best one.
What
Empire's
is happening
easily
here?
the best one. So much stuff happens in that. And that whole bit where they go to that island, Lando Calrissian's place.
Yeah.
That's just unreal. That whole bit, and they get ambushed.
No.
Um,
Yeah. So yeah, and also, Aliens is a more entertaining movie than Alien, and I won't have anyone tell me.
sequels can be better, right? Than
I'm trying to think of anything else off the top of my head.
Oh, would you want the
Toy Story 2 is better than Toy Story.
21 Jump Street, 22 Jump
Yes.
Street? 22 Jump Street's class.
22. Yeah, it is pretty good.
Lord of the Rings. You could say maybe Two Towers or Return of the King.
Some people often say to me, "Well, trilogies don't count because it's,"
Oh, okay.
but they do. They definitely
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Don't lie to us.
RoboCop, the one for me. Wish I never watched the reboot.
Yeah, RoboCop.
I didn't even know they rebooted it. But that
It's
sounds like-
who's he got in it
They're
again?
both Paul. You know, the interesting thing about that, Gary, is Total Recall and RoboCop are both Paul Verhoeven films. So yeah, it's, you know what it is as well. There's something about like his Paul Verhoeven's like kind of maybe sense of humor and his sense of like irony that I think a lot of people don't get. So when they've remade his films, you know, they lose that touch. And then they become a bit dull and boring, because that's a thing that people don't get. You know, Total Recall. It's like it's really funny. You know, it's funny as well. It's,
Well, it was cheesy action, right? It was an
Yeah.
Arnie movie. Like, you
Exactly.
can't take an Arnie movie, cast Colin Farrell in it, and be like, it's a serious action
know.
film about traveling through the center of the earth to work every day for people that don't pay you enough money.
I know.
Like, what?
Making it this like gritty sci-fi.
I like
It's
this
like
like it tried to, do you know what it tried to be? It tried to be Children of Men in like
Children of
outer
Men
space.
is
Like,
yeah.
and I was like, why have you made it this realistic? Like,
Children of Men is really good though.
it's really depressing. If
It
you
is-
want to be
it is-
real
it is
depressed
depressing.
about like a gritty apocalypse, you can
Yeah.
watch Children of Men
It's
and
like,
be really sad.
I think it's directed by Alfonso Cuarón. I think he's a
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. It's a Mexican or Spanish director.
It's good, and it came out in 2006, and it's eerily accurate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Alfonso Cuarón, who
Yeah.
did Gravity and like loads of great films.
There's a bit in it at the end, or towards the end, where they go into a certain part of the UK, which is like scarily. It could almost unfold.
I think it's quite funny when he meets those people, and there's that one guy with the dreadlocks who's got
The Geordie
a
guy.
accent.
Yeah. There's like
So
a really
funny.
broad Geordie guy with like massive blonde dreadlocks. You're like, what's going on, like?
It's just
I've got this gun, like. It's just mental. Check it out. Honestly, Children of Men, good movie. Good movie. Okay, I'll paste a link to the survey in there. But yeah, if you guys can think of any good sequels, I'm down to watch them. Can you think of any more? I can't think of any.
Any good sequels?
Empire.
They definitely exist.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. It depends, man. Like I know that the one that comes to mind, which is a bit different, is like there's it's trilogy. The Jackie Chan Police Story trilogy.
Okay.
He's got Police Story 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
But Police Story 3 is absolutely awesome because it's like goes around the whole world. Trying to think of other
Terminator
ones,
2.
Like, Terminator 2 is better than 1, definitely.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 is absolutely awesome, man. Trying to think what else.
Shrek 2.
Shrek 2. There you go.
Yeah.
Classic. That's awesome.
Yeah, the animated ones are. I probably imagine a lot of them are better because they always get a bit better.
Incredibles was really good.
I haven't seen the second one.
Incredibles 2 was
I haven't
was
seen the second one.
a solid movie.
Yeah.
Trying to think of like
Sequel.
more
The
famous
problem with like the Marvel movies as well or I would argue like Captain America: Civil War was better than any of the Captain Americas, but it's because it's basically an Avengers movie without two of them in it. So like stuff like that, it's hard to argue. But yeah, some of them are like that where they end up being crossovers, but it's under the umbrella of one of the characters.
No, I've got you. Well, what about
The Mummy 2? Lisa says.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I can't remember. It's Brendan Fraser who is now just like in a hole somewhere.
I think I actually have seen it, but many years ago when I was a kid. So
I tell you what's not better based on them.
He did the
Scorpion King is just the worst thing in the world.
I know.
Like the worst CGI as well.
Yeah. Oh, did the CGI these tattoos up, didn't they? Which is just like, why would you do that?
And then there's the reboot of the Mummy with
I didn't even know that existed.
It's you're not seeing it.
So then
that's so bad.
Yeah.
Pirates
of the Caribbean.
Yeah, Pirates.
I can't remember. I remember the first one quite well, but I can't remember the other two. Oh, it's like 4 actually, isn't it? Maybe. I know.
The Mummy with Tom Cruise in it. That's the one. And it's got Russell Crowe in, and he plays like a Jekyll and Hyde character.
What about the Batman trilogy? The Nolan ones.
The Dark Knight being better than Batman Begins.
Is it though? I don't know.
Probably.
They're both pretty good.
Every fanboy in the world.
Kind of poo.
Every fanboy in the it was alright.
Well, I would say
every fanboy in the world would say that The Dark Knight was better than Batman Begins.
Yeah.
100%. As a movie, probably not. As an action spectacle, yes. As a traditional like film, actually no, I don't know. That opening sequence in The Dark Knight is probably one of the most iconic like opening scenes in film history. When you haven't seen it now, when you know what happens, it's like he does that. But like,
what about
that opening scene's pretty good.
Yeah. What about the Tim Burton Batman's Batman and Batman Returns?
I have no time for them at all.
I think the Nolan ones are pretty good. They're not as good as the Burton ones are pretty good.
I'm gonna level with you. I hate Tim Burton's Batman.
I think they're
I hate it with a passion.
The ones I don't like are the Joel Schumacher ones. They're the worst.
Is that Val Kilmer?
Yeah, they're the worst ones.
The worst one's George Clooney.
Yeah.
Not because of him, because of the film. Batman and Robin is the worst Batman film.
Yeah, they're the Joel Schumacher ones.
Yeah, terrible. It's a toy advert for 45 minutes of it. The original Spider-Man, as in Spider-Man 2 being with Tobey Maguire. Yeah, possibly. I'll give you that.
Do you know how bad Spider-Man 3 was?
The thing is, for as good as Spider-Man 2 is, Spider-Man 3 is like the worst thing in the world.
Where he has that emo phase.
Yeah, but it's like cool. He's like walking down the street and like.
I know, and he's got like guy liner on.
Yeah,
he's got like
and he just goes emo. Yeah, it's real bad.
Actually puts guy liner
on. Yeah, I think that might be. I'm trying to think of like other ones that I'm struggling.
I'm trying to think. I mean, Kill Bill 1 and 2 came to mind, but they were like the same. It was one movie. It was like part 1 and part 2, really. So that one doesn't really count as much. I'm trying to think. Is there any kind of big directors that have done like this?
There's definitely. I would ask Dan, but there's not a single horror movie sequel that's better than the original. I can almost because the Evil Dead 2 is just like the biggest shambles in the world.
Evil Dead 2, yeah, the Evil Dead 1's much better than Evil Dead 2.
Because the second one's not really a serious film.
No,
it's not a horror movie anymore. It's like a big mick taking it.
I think that they really, the John Wick sequels are great actually. John Wick 3 was a solid movie actually as well.
Yeah, but the first one's still the best.
Yeah,
the first one's the best film, hands down.
But
the sequels are class.
Consistent though. Yeah, they've all been pretty good.
The third one's very good also, like really hyper stylized and like really good. What a beautiful movie to look at.
The cinematography's great. Isn't it? He's in the desert and stuff.
But like the lighting effect in like the later scenes as well. It's really good. Blade Trinity is such a bad movie, but it's so funny that I love it.
Yeah.
And it's on Netflix now actually. Blade Trinity. It's like one of those films that it's like a guilty pleasure because it's so bad that it's just good.
Okay. It's got Ryan Reynolds is in it, right?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is in it, but there's Triple H is in it. Obviously Wesley Snipes is in it.
Yeah.
And the Dracula, like the guy who plays the main bad guy is the guy who's now was in Prison Break.
Yeah.
And I can't never remember his name.
I know who you mean. I can't remember his name. But
he's not the main guy in Prison Break. It's like he's mate or whatever.
Godfather 2, I would say.
Yeah,
I'd say it's better than 1.
Okay.
I think Godfather, once again, it's always the third one, right?
That stinks.
Sequels that stinks.
Back to the Future 3 stinks.
Back to the Future 3 is terrible. Back to the Future, to be fair, I don't really like Back to the Future 2 that much.
It's alright.
Because I think that like they only go to the future in it.
Yeah.
For like half the movie and then they go back to the past.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I know that's a point, but like, It's like the actual bit in the actual future, which is at the end of the first movie. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna go."
It's like
to the
they're there for
future.
10 minutes.
And then they're there for 10 minutes, and then it's like they're back to the same place as last
Yeah.
time. So it's like, what's the point in that? But
yeah. So the third one's always a stinker.
yeah,
normally,
that's kind of what we're getting there.
unless it's a trilogy like
Lord
Lord of the Rings or Star Wars,
Star Wars.
so it tends to be
like
the third
an epic,
one.
like an epic kind of movie. But Godfather 2 is
But
my
never The
favourite.
Hobbit, because that was just awful.
That's the thing, isn't it? Where they
was real
just
bad.
kind of go like it becomes a cash cow sort of thing, right? Where they're like just kind of starting to like just kind of cash in on it, and
Yeah. Charlotte's saying she likes to watch Stephen King movies.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of bad adaptations though.
Yeah.
I think Stephen King's probably had more. Like,
Well, there was a Cujo movie, right?
I'm not sure, man.
I'm pretty sure there was a Cujo
There's been
film.
so many more adaptations of
I feel like I've seen it.
Stephen King movies, more than anybody else probably.
Yeah, there is a Cujo
So,
film.
yeah.
It came out in 1983, and it has a 6.1 out of 10. That's not bad for a horror movie, actually.
Hobbit was made for money. Yeah. Well, obviously there's that famous scene, right, of like Ian McKellen breaking down crying because he has to shoot the whole movie on a green screen.
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't sign up to be an actor for this.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously.
What you need to do is you just need to go full Harrison Ford and say like, you're gonna have to kill the character off because I can't be bothered to be in this movie anymore. I'm done with this franchise. See you later.
Pretty funny.
That's what you do. Right, I think that'll do.
Yeah.
If you guys could fill that survey in that I posted earlier, that'll be. I tell you what, I'll repost it because I'm just class like that. But yeah, sorry, it was a bit of a shambolic show today, but we didn't have any guests at the moment, so we'll be back to it next Friday. So me and Daniel won't have to just rant about films for an hour and games and stuff.
It's all good, man.
So yeah, champion, have a good weekend.
Okay, see you later, guys.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see you.
I was gonna go off.
Yeah, there we go. We'll just do that like awkward wave till it goes off. So back. Yeah, hang on. We'll put the screen on. Yeah, wait there. I need to. Oh no. Yeah. Bye. 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 Bye, driver. Bye.